Time to pull up a chair. We've got another great story for you today in the rLounge. You can't make everyone happy. Today in the rLounge, get ready to explore the boundaries of family dynamics and the fine line between celebration and chaos. Up first, outrageous requests and boundaries tested. Am I the a-hole for banning my sister and her boyfriend from my wedding? So my fiance and I are getting married in December. My sister's boyfriend started asking if he could propose to my sister at my wedding. I obviously said no because that's our day only. He can propose the day after my wedding, but not on my wedding. But he asked me again, and again, I said no every time. The 50th time when he asked me, I said, not only can't he propose at my wedding, but he can't even come to my wedding. Then my sister started to fight over this. She knew her boyfriend wanted to propose to her at my wedding. I said to her, that's going to be my day and my fiance's only. She started to call me names because I banned her boyfriend from my wedding. She said that if I'm not going to let him propose to her, then she's going to ruin my wedding dress. She even said that she's going to sneak her boyfriend in because she wanted all the family members to be present on her proposal. I said that's fine. She's also banned from my wedding now. A few days later, some family members called me up to say I'm a heartless person because I broke my sister's heart. They said she cried because she wanted to be on my wedding. She wanted to see her little sister getting married. They also said that I should have just accepted her wish and let her boyfriend propose at my wedding. So Reddit, tell me, am I the a-hole? So something about my sister. She's the golden child. She wasn't in a near-death situation at all. She just has a food allergy, so she gets what she wants. Also, she is the smartest kid in our family, so my family was obsessed with her. I have ADHD, but my family just tells me I'm lazy and a drama queen. Always my sister got the goods, and I got screaming at. I was the a-hole in my family's eyes when my sister screamed at me for eating a food I didn't know she wanted. Because I could know she wants the food, she was out of town for a full week. It's always been that way. She stole my clothes, throws things at me, ruined my things, screamed at me, and she always got away with this. The family adores her, so I just wanted that one day for myself. Let's see what the community responds with. You're not the a-hole. Your sister and future brother-in-law, however, are two matching pieces of work. She's going to wreck your wedding dress if you don't let her boyfriend come propose at your wedding? Wow. I would suggest that you hire security to make sure your sister and her boyfriend cannot attend. Her instability could truly wreck your wedding, particularly if she tries to make good on her threats to sneak in boyfriend and wreck your dress. As for her heart being broken, ignore. It's just drama from a woman who just really wants to upstage you at your wedding. Do not include her. Do not include her boyfriend. Share with your family in writing. Please stop contacting me about sister and future brother-in-law not being invited to my wedding. Brother-in-law asked me many times if he could propose to sister there, and I told him no, as the wedding is to celebrate the bride and groom and should not be hijacked by another event. After many requests, he still refused to take no for an answer, so I asked him not to come. Sister then said that she would come, wreck my wedding dress, sneak her boyfriend in, and have her proposal. She also called me A, B, and C. For these reasons, sister and future brother-in-law will not be coming to my wedding. I am not open to further discussion on this topic. Best, OP. Someone else chimes in, obviously not the a-hole. This is the type of thing that I would, upon receiving all of these family members' calls, just have voicemail greeting, thank you for calling. As I am busy preparing for my wedding, I may not be able to answer your call, but I will get back to you when I am able. If you're calling about the situation with my sister and her boyfriend, here's what I will say. My sister and boyfriend have been uninvited to the wedding for the following reasons. Boyfriend asked if he could propose to my sister. I said no, as it is my day. He proceeded to ask me so many times that I realized he would do it regardless, so he was banned. My sister then threatened to both sneak him in and wreck my dress. Thus, she was banned as well. I'm not changing my mind, and there is nothing that will change my mind. If you would like to discuss another matter, please leave a message. I might send this in an email to all guests as well. You're most definitely not the a-hole here, OP. It's entirely reasonable for you to want your wedding day to be about you and your fiancé, without any additional events or distractions. Your sister's boyfriend repeatedly asking to propose at your wedding, despite your clear objections, shows a complete lack of respect. Your decision to uninvite both of them was just a consequence of their actions. Setting boundaries and sticking to your decisions is crucial. It's essential to push back. Your wedding is about you, not them. What would you do? Next up, an OP torn between artistic duty and personal principles. Am I the a-hole for refusing to make my sister-in-law a wedding dress? I, 27 male, have loved making stuff since I was a kid. and I've worked with everything from wood to paint to welding and even fabric, which is what this situation concerns. I made my wife's dress since she couldn't find one that fit her style, and our budget. It wasn't my first time making clothes, but I certainly wasn't an expert, nor am I now for that matter. However, the dress turned out amazing and everyone complimented it in our wedding day. Most were surprised I was the one who made it, but my sister-in-law, Sarah, 25, was extremely off-put when she found out. She took my wife aside during the reception to ask if she was really okay marrying a guy who made dresses and apparently made some homophobic remarks. My wife told me all of this the day after. Ever since, Sarah has been rather cold to me and treats me like I have the plague, like she isn't outright mean, but she doesn't talk directly to me aside from pleasantries. It kinda hurts, but whatever. I don't generally see her since she lives in another state. Sarah recently got engaged to her boyfriend of 3 years and asked me to make her a dress. I have made wedding dresses for a few friends and a couple of my wife's cousins, but I don't really want to make one for her. She's offered to pay me for my work, but that's not the issue. It feels like she likes my work but doesn't respect me. Hell, even disrespects me for making dresses. I told her this, and I knew about the remarks she made on my wedding day, and she got mad, saying I'm being a dick for holding something that happened years ago over her head. I brushed it off, but my wife's family is hounding me about it, saying I shouldn't deny her the dress when I've done it for other family members. I came here though since my dad told me I was being an idiot and to just take the money. My wife supports me no matter what I decide. Am I the a-hole? Let's see how the judgment goes. Not the a-hole. Oh my gosh, OP, please don't do this. She's already standoffish and disdains you. She's going to be a nightmare. She's the type to work with you, agree on a design, let you do the mock-up, then tell you 3 weeks later that she has a different vision. Rinse, lather, repeat, followed by crocodile tears about you ruining the most important day of her life because you refused to listen to what she wanted. Tell the people harassing you to chip in and pay somebody else. Her a-holery and that of everyone enabling her is infuriating to my little seamstress heart. Someone else chimes in, not the a-hole. But for your own sake, I vote do not make the dress. Aside from the disrespectful comments that she made about you to your wife on her wedding day, who does that? She has continued being dismissive and disrespectful to you. If you do this, nothing will change except she will feel superior for being able to get you to do what she wants, and you will feel worse when even after you make her a dress, she still continues being a witch to you? Why put yourself through all that? You owe her nothing, and your family needs to understand that what Sarah thinks about you and what she said to your wife was unacceptable. I'm nuclear. I'd literally make a Facebook post spilling everything and lamenting the nerve and audacity she has to come back after no apologies in years. And yeah, maybe you are holding it over her after years. But even hearing all that she didn't apologize? To hell with that. And her. No dress for Sarah the bully. Personally, I'd book yourself and your wife a vacation away the day of the wedding if I was you. Good luck in whatever you decide. Your reluctance to make a wedding dress for your sister-in-law is completely justified given her past disrespect and behavior towards you. You're concerned about her lack of respect and the potential of difficulties in the design and creation process are valid. You have a right to choose the projects you take on. You know what's right in the end. Trust yourself. You should prioritize your own well-being and peace of mind, and if she's not going to respect you, then she doesn't deserve the dress. Would you make the dress? And lastly, an OP takes matters into their own hands for the sake of a perfect evening. Am I the a-hole for making my family member and her infant leave during a wedding ceremony? My brother got married last weekend in a church and my entire extended family was there. My brother and his fiancée were adamant on the reception being child-free except for my 10-year-old cousin because she's well-behaved and one of the only children in our family right now. My cousin has an 8-month-old son that she brought with her to the area for the weekend, but she also brought a nanny to watch him while we're all at the wedding. She ended up bringing him to the ceremony at the church, which we didn't know she was going to do, then have the nanny watch him during the reception. During the ceremony, he started babbling and talking and wouldn't stop. He didn't cry or anything, but he was very loud and making disruptions. My brother's fiancée was visibly angry, kept turning around to glare at them, but no one said anything. After it went on for about 10 minutes during the ceremony, I turned around and asked her to take the baby outside, which she did. After the ceremony, that whole side of the family was very angry with me. My one aunt kept saying how mad she was that I made her grandson leave the wedding. They continued to talk about this all during the pictures and said that he was fine because he wasn't crying, he was just mumbling. They're very family oriented, so they were all pissed at me for a while after that. But since it was my brother and his fiance's day, I wanted it to be perfect for them and to help them out. since now my sister-in-law was visibly angry at the altar. Am I the a-hole for making my cousin leave the ceremony with her loud kid? Edit. I really appreciate the amount of people telling me that I'm a hero or the best sister-in-law ever. It really helps me justify my actions here. My family made me feel really crappy that day. My brother and sister-in-law thanked me briefly and we moved on, so we didn't continue the drama with that side of the family. Now for a couple judgments. First up, she probably didn't want to pay the nanny for the ceremony. If grandma felt that strongly about it, she could have stepped out with the baby, not the a-hole. Another judgment, not the a-hole. I'm about to bring our invited 10-month-old to my sister's wedding. I automatically plan for him to be outside with my father-in-law for the ceremony, only because I have to be in the room myself. It wasn't their day, it wasn't their say. Some people use family-oriented as an excuse to put themselves at the center instead of actually supporting and loving others. They're just mad you didn't let them. One more reaction. Who brings an 8-month-old to a wedding ceremony? That's grossly entitled and just asking for trouble. Your cousin's decision to bring her child to the ceremony totally disrupted the event and caused visible discomfort to the bride. You handled the situation appropriately by asking your cousin to take the baby outside. Moreover, your family's anger seems misplaced. The focus should have been on the couple getting married. It's unfortunate that some members of your family don't see it that way. Ultimately, you were trying to support your brother on his special day. That's all that matters. What do you think? Thank you for following along today in the rLounge. Before you go, be sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. If you have something you want to share regarding today's content, we want to hear it. See you soon.